So here it is, Sadiq Khan's 2024 mayoral manifesto. At times it's felt harder to get hold of than a J.K. Rowling blockbuster, but it's out today and Sadiq Khan has been talking about it here in Greenwich.
In your manifesto you categorically rule out pay per mile. Why did you feel the need to do that?
I don't think I've ever seen in a campaign as many lies, misinformation and disinformation that I've seen from the Tories in this campaign. And the concern we have is some Londoners may fall for these underhand tactics by the Tories. And so to avoid the scaremongering, fearmongering and lies leading to Londoners believing that, we've been quite explicit in this manifesto. It's not happening.
You did mention it in your book though, didn't you? That was less than a year ago. Isn't actually pay per mile a really good idea?
So we were talking then about not expanding Ulez to all of London. And so the reason why pay per mile is not required in the short to medium term, and I've ruled out as long as I'm mayor, is because actually we've got the biggest cleaner zone in the world. We've got a situation now where I'm promising, if I'm re-elected, not to wait till 2034 for our buses to be zero emission, but by 2030 we now have more than a third of the country's charging points, more than 1,000 rapid charging points. But I'm promising, if I'm re-elected, to have 40,000 charging points by the end of this decade. We're also promising, by the way, to have more cycle parking for those who want to cycle, 40,000 as well. So we're doing other things, which means pay per mile is no longer on the radar or on the agenda.
So what does this manifesto actually say? Well, there's a blockbuster pledge to continue providing free school meals for all London primary school children for 4 more years. This was begun about a year ago because of the cost of living crisis and has proved exceptionally popular. There's also a promise to try to maintain the fares freeze. Fares are currently frozen, at least partially, until March next year. And Sadiq says that if the economy allows, then he will maintain the partial fares freeze, which essentially means that single pay-as-you-go fares are frozen year after year. And thirdly, there's a big hint that he will try to bid for the 2040 Olympics to bring the world's greatest sporting occasion back to London. It was last year in 2012. Can it come back again to the Olympic Park? Well, Sadiq is going to give it a crack.